So I am so glad you are back, and we, the last time, read half of a story about how the angels are involved in the Christmas story. And I think that they play a very important role in the Christmas story. Of course, it's about Mary and Joseph and Jesus, but without the angels' involvement, Mary would have never been told what was going on. Joseph would have not trusted Mary, and then Jesus' birth would have never been announced in such a grand way. So let's continue our story from last time and see some more angels and how they're involved in this awesome Christmas story. And keep on counting those angels. Every time you see an angel in the book, I want you to count. I want to see what the total number of angels in this book is. And after we are finished with that, we are going to paint our art project. I hope you have so much fun with today's project.
Who knows how they even found a stable to shelter in? Perhaps it was the donkey who led them there, sniffing the sweet hay in a manger. There, Mary's baby Jesus was born. She wrapped him snugly in swaddling cloths. Even the animals in the stables seemed to stop their scoffing and munching to come close and see. Out on the hills nearby, shepherds had gathered around a fire. They needed to stay awake through the night to make sure their sheep were safe. All kinds of wild animals prowled in the dark. Was that a fox they could hear, or a wolf? All of a sudden, the night sky turned to gold. It was as if someone had pulled back a curtain, and the shepherds could see all the way to heaven. Out of the golden shining, an angel spoke. "I have the very best news," cried the angel. "Tonight in Bethlehem, a baby has been born. He is God's own son, and he will show God's love to all the world." All around came the sound of angels singing. Then everything was dark as before. The shepherds looked at each other in amazement. Then, "Come on," said one. "Let's go to Bethlehem and see." They hurried along the quiet streets until they saw a room where a light was shining. Inside, they found Mary and Joseph and the newborn baby. "Everything is just as the angel said," they exclaimed. "This baby must truly be God's special baby, God's promised king." High in the sky, a bright star was shining. It lit up the road to Bethlehem, and a line of camels carrying people from far away. Among them were wise men who looked for a meaning in the patterns of the stars. "The new stars is a sign," they agreed. "It tells us that a king has been born. Perhaps we will find him in Bethlehem." The star stopped at the very place where Jesus was. The wise men brought out their gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh, and even the littlest camel boy understood. Here indeed was God's chosen king. He would show the world God's love and welcome people into God's own kingdom.
What was the total number of angels that you got? Really? Ooh. Anyways, let's get to painting. Grab your watercolor paints, your project that you drew last time, and some water, and we are going to paint ourselves a Christmas angel. I hope you enjoy.
For today's project, you will need the drawing of an angel from episode 1, a yellow crayon, and watercolor painting supplies. So let me give you some watercolor painting advice. For watercolor paint, you have to put some water in your paint to get it to work. And then you can paint. And you can choose any color you want. You don't have to paint your angel any specific color. You get to choose maybe your favorite color for their robe, or what you think angel wings would look like. Take your time and stay inside the lines that you created. I have sped up my painting here today so that I'm not wasting your creativity. So what you see is not real time. My hand is moving much slower. So as you're painting, you get to make all sorts of artistic decisions today. You get to decide if you want the angel's hair to be your hair color or something else. You get to decide, is this a nighttime or daytime scene? And you get to put what colors you want in that nighttime or daytime sky. So you'll see here in just a moment when I start painting my sky that I do not use just black for the nighttime sky. And I want to tell you the reason I do that. Black is so overwhelming in a painting. And if you mix it with like a little dark blue or purple, it gives a little bit more of a bright, colorful feeling to your painting instead of being an overwhelming black. Just your eye is missing the artwork altogether, and all it sees is that black in the background. And one other thing that I did was I took my yellow crayon, and I just did that a moment ago, and I took and made dots all over the background, and that was to create stars in my sky. Now, if you're doing a daytime scene, you may have not needed that yellow crayon. But if you wanted to, you could have used the yellow crayon to go over your star or the angel's halo or anywhere that is small that you are afraid that you're not going to paint inside of it very well. You can use a crayon to color inside of it and then do painting in the larger areas. So you can see there my stars are shining through my watercolor paint. And this is called Crayon Resist. The crayon is resisting the paint and will shine through. Well, I hope you have fun painting your angel, and I can't wait till we create together again.